all are fine, and maintaining social distancing. Okay, so maintain social distancing, be safe and stay at home. Don't roam here and there. Enjoy your holidays. Okay, so now let's come back to your studies. My name is Zibanaz. I am taking you the subject EVS. In the EVS, I am taking you the science topics. Okay, in EVS, which topics I am taking? Science topic. So let's go with the chapter 1, that is living world. The chapter itself says that is we need to learn about all the living things. In the world there are many living things. We need to learn about what? Living world. Let's go with the introduction. Lesson 1, which chapter? Living world. In this chapter, what you need to explain, what do you need to learn? I have given you the detail. You can see this. First is identifying living and non-living things. You need to identify which is living thing and which is non-living thing. And you need to learn about what do you mean by living things and non-living things in this first topic. Next, important characteristics of living things. Okay, living things. What are the characteristics of living things? That means living things, whatever living things are there, how they live, what are the characteristics that you need to learn in this chapter. Then next, method of reproduction of plants. How plants live, how they prepare the food, that you need to learn in this chapter. And the life cycle of the plants. Life cycle of the plants means how the plant grows from the seed to a plant, how it is growing. That is called as life cycle. And different types of, and we need to learn that is different types of plants in this chapter. Then we classify that is different kinds of animals on the basis of what they eat. That is classify animals based on feeding habitat. Feeding habitat means what? Animals, what they eat. Depending upon that, we classify that is animals. Then next, importance of protection of plants and animals. That why we need to protect our environment. Why we need to protect that is plants and animals. We need to understand this. This is the introduction part. In this chapter, we need to learn about these things. Okay, understood? First, we need to learn about living and non-living things. Then characteristics of living things. Then plants and animals, how they prepare their food. And animals are classified according to food, what they eat. And protection of plants and animals. Why we need to protect our plants and animals. Okay, understood? This is a particular introduction for your chapter. Now, you have seen many things around you, right? They are living, non-living things. Living things comes like this, human beings. Animals, like you see insects, right? Insects you see, birds you see. These are all are living things, okay? And many non-living things are also there. Like in your class only, bench, duster. These all are non-living things, right? These things, this is which will amaze you. These all things are in this world. This will amaze you, and this is called as we all whatever we see. This is our environment. What it is? Our environment, and these things are interdependent with each other. Right? They are dependent with each other. Suppose in this environment we have water also. Right? You know how water is important. Without water, there will be no life. We drink water, right? We use water. If there is no water, do we survive? Do we live? No. So, many things, all the things, that is, human beings are dependent on water. Okay? And plants are dependent on us. Like this, things are dependent on each other. Right? We depend on each other. So, protecting our environment is also one important thing. We have to protect our environment. If suppose we say protect water, water is the basic unit. Without water, there will be no life. So, protect our, like this we have to protect our animals. Protecting our animals also. Without animals, nowadays that is lion is degrading, right? We are protecting the lion. Why we are protecting? Because it is dependent on each other. Understood? So let's go with the introduction one by one part, that is living things and non-living things. Okay, living things. Living things means what? Living things are the things. Suppose I am moving. This is one living property, right? Which shows a living property. Living things shows a living property. Living things breathe. Yeah, I am breathing, right? With the help of air. I take air. This is one property. Living things shows a living property. Living things grow. First, I was a small baby. Then went to LKG. Then went to UKG. I started growing up. That is growing. It shows a living property. One example are living thing property. Living things are what? Human beings. We human beings are living things. Insects, they are living things. Birds, they are living things. These are all living things. Okay? Living things are those which shows a living property, such as we breathe, right? We grow, we move. That is called as living. Non-living things doesn't move. Okay, unless and until we apply some force. Suppose this is chalk, I beat it. Okay, I am applying some force. This is non-living thing. Does the chocolate grow? No. This is non-living thing. Non-living things does not show any property. That is non-living property. It shows non-living property. Example for non-living property. Non-living things are pen. Pen does it breathe? No. Then duster. Duster does it move? No. Does it breathe? No. Then it is a non-living thing. Understood between living and non-living things? Hope you understood it. Now next we will go for characteristics of living beings. We need to explain some characteristics of living beings. Living beings are made up of cells. I will explain you one in detail. First, let us go for the points. Okay, one in detail. What? Living beings are made up of cells. What is cells? I'll explain you. First, living beings are made up of cells. Next, living beings respire. Respire means what? We breathe. How we breathe? How human beings breathe? We breathe through that of lungs. Okay, we respire. Living things, what they do? We respire. Living beings respire. Okay. Next, living beings eat food. Why do we eat food? To get energy. Right? We get energy. If we get an energy, what you will do? You will run, you will play, you will do different kinds of activities. Right? So, we need to eat food. That is, living beings eat food. Now, next, living beings grow. Right? We grow up to the certain level. Suppose living beings, how they will grow? First there will be a small baby. Then you will increment your size like LKG, UKG. You will be not a small baby. You will be incrementing in your height. So living beings, what they will do? They will grow. Living beings move. See, I am moving. This is living property. Living beings, what they will do? They will move. Then living beings excrete. Excrete means what? Removing the waste products from the body. What they will do? Excrete. Excrete means living beings excrete. Excrete means what? Removal of waste products from the body. Waste product means what? You do toilet, right? This is called as excrete. Living beings excrete. Then living beings respond to stimulus. What do you mean by respond to stimulus? Suppose, one example I will give you. Suppose there is a snake and you are standing in front of that snake. What you will do? Suddenly there will be in your mind that you have to run away or you have to beat the snake. Okay? You are responding. That is, responding means what? Run away from it. So that is called as respond to stimulus. Okay? One more example I will give you. There is a hot pan. Okay? If you touch that pan, what you will do? You will get back your hand. respond to stimulus. This is one of the important property of the living beings. That is, living beings responds to stimulus. Then living beings reproduce. Reproduce means what? They give birth to young ones. Okay. You're small. Give birth to young ones means what? They are giving young. You are small baby. Your mother gave birth to you. That is called as reproduce. Living beings, what they will give, they will reproduce. Then next, living beings have lifespan. Lifespan means we live till the age of 70. What is your age? Now 30. After 30, you will live till 40, 50, 60. After 70, 80, you can die. Okay. Living beings have lifespan, particular life. Okay. Suppose from age of 1 to age of 70. Living beings have particular age till that. Afterwards, they will die and become that is non-living. So, these are the some properties of the living. We can say that is characteristics of the living things. Okay? Understood? Hope you all understood these characteristics. Now, one by one in detail. Today, I will explain you the 3 characteristics in detail. And in next class, all the 3 or 4 characteristics I will explain you in detail. Okay? Now, first thing, living beings are made up of what? Cells. Now you are saying living beings are made up of cells. Cell means what? Don't think that there is a battery in our body and we are moving. Here, cell is a basic unit through which we move, we talk. It is a basic and functional unit. Okay? All living beings have the cells in the body. Through the cell, we get energy. Through the cell, there will be a movement. This, what you will say, basic. Basic means what? Common thing in our body. Living cells, plant cells, animals have different cells. Plants have different cells. Okay. I hope everyone have the textbooks, right? If you don't have, please come and pick it up from the school. Okay. Here there is a cells given here. You have to learn only the picture of it. There is no detail. In the higher classes you will learn this. Here this is a plant cell and animal cell given here. Okay, can you see this picture? If you have the textbook, just see it up. This is a plant cell and animal. Cells look like this in our body. There are millions of cells in our body. We human beings, we have millions of cells in our body. Plants also have the millions of cells in our body through which all the functioning can be done. So what it is called? The basic and functional unit of body. Basic functional. Functional unit means all the functions are done with the help of cells. See here, this is plant cell, this is animal cell. Detail you don't need to study, you will study in higher classes. Okay? See, suppose non-living things also. There is a computer. Right? In computer, what it is attached? CPU, monitor, inside some chips will be attached. With the help of that, your CPU will work. Right? This is the basic and functional unit, basic unit. With the help of that, we are working. In our body, with the help of cell, we are moving, we are jumping, we are laughing. This is called the cell. Okay. Basic and functional unit of body is called as cell. What it is called? Cell. Okay. No need to explain in detail, only this much is enough for you all, and the diagram is given in your textbook, that is page number 3. Okay, it is given in the page number 3. Now, next we will go for living beings respire. We will go for what? Living beings respire. What is the respiratory organ in our body? Lungs. Right? Respiratory organ in our body is lungs. The lungs diagram is given in your textbook. You can see here. These are your lungs. Inside that is there are bronchioles through which the breathing process will be done. What we do? We human beings respire. That is, we take air inside. What you will take? Air inside. Which air? Oxygen. Human beings require oxygen to take inside and release out carbon dioxide. What you will do? Inside oxygen, release out carbon dioxide. That is, this process is called as, what it is called? Respiration. Which process? Respiration. Human beings take in carbon dioxide. Human beings take in oxygen and release out carbon dioxide through lungs. What they will do? Lungs picture is given in your textbook. Okay? Lungs picture is given in your textbook. What they will do? They take in oxygen from the air. Take in oxygen, release out carbon dioxide. This is for human beings. Okay, now for the plants, how they breathe, what they will do? The plants take in oxygen. The plants take in carbon dioxide and release out oxygen. Plants take in carbon dioxide and release out oxygen. This process in the plant, plants respire through a small part that is called as stomata. What it is called? Stomata. It is called as what? Stomata. It is a small opening. It will be like this. Okay. It will be like this style. Kidney shape, two kidney shape things will be there. In this, it is a stomata. This, it has a small openings. Through which, how we have lungs, they have stomata in the leaves. Okay, they have stomata in the leaves at the corner. That is, the stomata will be present at the lower surface of leaf. Suppose there is a leaf, at the lower surface there will be a stomata. This is called as small openings. Openings why? For the breath. Small openings at the leaf, that is called as stomata. You have to learn about this. Okay, stomata is a small kidney shaped thing. That is, we can say that openings, small openings. What it is? Small openings through which it is present where? On the leaves. Where it is present? On the leaves. Lower surface of your leaves. Okay, plant leaves. This is called as stomata. What they will do? They take in carbon dioxide and release out oxygen. These oxygen which they release is used by we human beings. We take oxygen and release out carbon dioxide. See, plants and animals are interdependent. They are dependent with each other. Right? Plants and animals are dependent with each other. This is about living beings, how they respire. Living beings respire. Now, next. Living beings eat food. Okay. How we eat food? See, why we eat food? To get energy, to do work. See, suppose I am lifting one book like this. I require energy. How I get the energy? I get the energy through food. Okay, I get the energy through food. We human beings eat food like this by taking plants, okay? But plants do not. Plants prepare their own food. What they will do? They will prepare their own food. Plants prepare their own food, hence they are called as autotrophs. What they are called? Autotrophs. Plants prepare their own food. What they will do? They will prepare their own food. Hence they are called as autotrophs. What they are called? Autotrophs. Why they are called autotrophs? Because they prepare their own food. Now, let us explain how plants prepare their own food. I'll explain you how plants prepare their own food and what food they prepare, what it is called. Okay, One diagram is there. This is your plant. Okay. I told you what they will do. They will release out oxygen, takes in carbon dioxide. Oxygen formulates O2. Carbon dioxide is CO2. Okay. They will release out oxygen, takes in the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. What they will do? From the atmosphere, plants takes carbon dioxide. What they will do? Plants takes carbon dioxide and solar energy from sun. Solar energy from sun. And plants, what they will do? From the roots, they take water, minerals and salt. Okay. From the roots, what they will take? They take water, minerals and salt and prepare the food in leaves. In the leaves will be green. Why they are green? Leaf contain a pigment called as chlorophyll. What it is called? Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, green color pigment which helps in preparation of food in the leaf is called as chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is green color pigment. What it is? Green color pigment. These all things: carbon dioxide, solar energy, water from the roots, that is water from the soil, water, minerals and salt. These all are found in your leaf. Leaves have the what? Chlorophyll, green color pigment, chlorophyll. This process and prepare the food. The food is converted into energy. The energy is glucose. What energy it is? Glucose. The food is converted into energy and it is glucose. When it gets energy, the plant grows. It gets flowers. It gets fruits. This process, whole process is called as photosynthesis. What it is called? Photosynthesis. This process is called as photosynthesis. Green plants prepare their own food is called as autotrophs. Preparing their own food. They are preparing their own food to grow up. They are called as autotrophs. How they grow? How they do? What they will take? They will take solar energy from the sun, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and water, minerals and salts from the root, and goes to the leaf. Leaf contains a green color pigment called as chlorophyll, which helps in preparation of food and convert into energy. Glucose. This process is called as what? Photosynthesis. What it is called? Photosynthesis. See, this is how the green plants prepare their food. Some plants, what they will do? Some are the plants. Okay. One example, it is given in your textbook. You can see the textbook. There are 3 plants. Okay. These plants, what they will do? They will not take carbon dioxide. Okay. They will not take carbon dioxide. They need nitrogen. They need what? Nitrogen. Okay. To get energy. So, from where they will take nitrogen? There are some insects. Okay. There are some insects. What they will give? They will release out nitrogen. The plant takes nitrogen into the body. Some of the plant name is given: Drosera, Nepenthes and Utriculata. These 3 plants are given. See, you can see this. Drosera, Nepenthes, Utriculata. These are the 3 plants. What they will do? They will take nitrogen from the insects. Insects release out nitrogen. They will take nitrogen. These nitrogen taking insect, this is called as insectivorous plants. What they are called? Insectivorous plants. Why they are called as insectivorous? Because they take nitrogen from some kind of insects. Okay, they take nitrogen from some kind of insects and they grow. Okay, they don't take carbon dioxide. They need, that is, nitrogen. They are called as insectivorous insectivorous plants. This is how the plants take food, or the plants what prepare food of their own. This it is very important. What is photosynthesis? What are autotrophs? What are insectivorous plants? Very important, students. You have to learn everything. See, one more time I will repeat photosynthesis. Plants take solar energy, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. From their roots, they are taking water, minerals and salt, and preparing the food in the leaf, which contain the green pigment. That is called as chlorophyll. Okay, this process is called as photosynthesis. This process is called as what? Photosynthesis. Now, how do animals prepare food? Animals and food. What you will do? You will take directly from the plants and eat it off. Hence, they are called as what? Heterotrophs. We are called as what? Heterotrophs. Autotrophs means own food. Depend on others are called as heterotrophs. What they are called? Heterotrophs. Heterotrophs means what? Now, we have different foods. We don't eat only green plants, right? We depend, like we eat green plants, we eat flesh of animals. That is veg and non-veg. Veg means what? Green plants. Green plants are called as herbivorous. Green plants are called as what? We eat only green plants, herbivores. Okay, green color, only plants. If we eat that is flesh of animals and green plants, what you will call? We are called as omnivores. Plants and flesh. Omnivores and carnivores. One more thing, carnivores only we eat that is non-veg. That is only the flesh of animals. Omnivores. Sorry, carnivores. Carnivores is only the flesh of other animals. Okay. Veg, non-veg, veg and non-veg. Okay. Understood? These all things I have explained to you the three characteristics. That is, living beings are made up of cells. We respire. Living beings, how they prepare food. These three things are very important. Other three characteristics, still nine characteristics are there. I will explain you in the next class. And students, the homework and all will be given on the WhatsApp group. I'll send you as soon as possible. And you have to submit me. Submitting is compulsory. You have to submit me all the questions, whatever I will give you as homework as early as possible. Within 1 day or within 2 days, you have to submit the homework. Okay. Hope you understood this all the things in detail.